Hello, how are you? Good, thanks. Today's episode of Driving is brought to you by yours truly, and a couple of other people and a couple of other companies and things and that. Thanks for watching. So today I'm going to be talking about these tones, this music called the Solfeggio Scale, and what it is basically there's been a bunch of studies showing the effects of certain tones in music, certain frequencies, and what they do to various things. There's been one study show what the effects of these different frequencies do to water molecules, and at a microscopic level the complexities of the structures change due to the frequencies. The higher the frequencies, the more complex the molecule is, and the lower frequency, the more sort of messy it is. And when you go off scale, it tends to get really messy and distorted and look a bit yuck. So I use them, frankly. There's a couple of them. There's, say for example, 432 hertz is supposedly mentioned to remove negative blocks, increase positivity, that sort of a thing. There's also another one that's called the miracle tone, that is 528 hertz, and that is called the healing frequency. So supposedly at a molecular level, sort of helps with your DNA, heals a few bits and pieces, lets your mind be a little bit fresher. I go to bed listening to 528 hertz, not so much lately, but used to do it every single night. And even my wife gave birth to that frequency as well. We had that playing in the hospital room while she was giving birth. And from my perspective, it does help. It lets you be a little bit fresher, a little bit clearer, and a little bit more positive than what you would do normally. So the science behind them, it's been proven, and you can look that up if you want, the Solfeggio Scale, and I'll chuck something in the description on how you spell it properly. It's pretty remarkable. 936 hertz is called, the God frequency or something, and that's pretty much the highest one you have. It's sort of connect to spirit, your inner self sort of thing, and there's plenty of them on YouTube. You can actually sit there and you can listen to all these frequencies, and some of them even go for like 8 hours, and they're the ones that I used to listen to at night time when I'd go to sleep. So as I'm sleeping, everything's sort of healing and growing and repairing itself too, because as we sleep we do actually repair the damage that we've done during the day. Once the conscious mind sort of shuts down, we get into those higher frequencies in brain activity. A lot of healing goes on. It's said to be that quite a few years ago, music was actually in a different frequency. I think it was like 432 hertz or something like that. And 432 hertz, according to the studies that they've shown with the water molecules and everything, it actually makes a complex structure at 432 hertz. And then they changed the frequency for music to 444 hertz. And if you look at the study of 444, then everything starts to get a little bit messy. So that basically means that every single song that you're listening to today is tuned to 444 hertz, but most of them are. There are some bands that use the 432, etc. And so yes, basically, so that means that most of the music that we're listening to these days sort of makes us a little bit messy at that molecular level, because don't forget that our body is made up of a lot of water. We're mainly water. Most life on this planet is. It's essential for life on this planet. And so you've just got to think, if we're using these tones and these frequencies that sort of mess up the water molecules at a molecular level, then what are we doing to our bodies at the same time? So it's important to sort of kick back and relax in life, to not let everything get to you, And these tones are a great way for me to relax. When I do meditation, I often listen to quite a few of these tones. When I'm not really fresh-minded, when I'm tired or I'm having a little bit of difficulty in concentrating, I'll chuck on these tones to basically relax and get back to that nice sort of fresh, level-headed attitude whilst I'm working, and therefore, grow my awareness and be more mindful of myself and the work that I'm doing. So they're remarkable. They're really, really good. Definitely suggest you look them up on YouTube, and as I said, I will chuck some links down below. Solfeggio scales, and have a look at the research as well. It's a pretty remarkable thing that some scientists have done, and believe it or not, words actually carry frequencies and tones and everything as well, and the intention or power behind them is said to create different effects. There was another study that somebody did on the effects of the words that we use, and so I believe he had plants or something. And you're welcome to look all of this up. I'm not going to get into it too much because that's your job. It's my job to create awareness, and if this resonates with you, then look them up. Anyway, so he had a couple of plants, and one plant he was all loving towards. He played great music, classical music or something like that, and he said nice things to it, positive stuff, like I love you, you're doing such a great job growing, blah blah blah, etc etc. And another plant that he had, he was being really negative towards it. He's like, I hate you, you're an ugly looking plant, so on and so forth. And what had happened was the plant that he was being nice to grew a lot better than the plant that he wasn't being nice to. And so I think that at a molecular level, tonality, frequencies, Solfeggio scale, the things that we say, our words are very important, and they tend to change things at that molecular level. So it's very important to have love and acceptance. It's very important to support each other. It's very important to care for each other, and acceptance, even if you don't like somebody, then you have the choice. You can just ignore them, or you can let them down in a kind manner as well. But definitely look them up. Thanks for watching. I hope that you get something out of this. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next video. Rock on, guys. Bye.